All right, welcome, everybody. We are on monthly group coachathon session number 11. Can you believe it, guys? Next month, and it will have a full year under our belt of hanging out and meeting monthly, which has been really exciting, fun times. And tonight, I'm just
Doesn't
kind of
sound right. I mean, if I
bringing
had
up the idea.
all this money,
Many people kind of forget about it, maybe on purpose, or avoid it, or they just don't get into that proper path of making sure that they are setting goals for their business, reviewing their business plan, going through it monthly and just tweaking it, making it move forward for them. Um, and so that's why I'm here tonight, to just bring that idea back out to you guys. So if anybody here wants to just unmute themselves and just let us know, I have been setting my goals. I have not been keeping up with them, or I don't set my goals. I really have not had time, or just maybe bring up the idea of goals in general. How important is goal setting to you, and how has it played out in your business? Anybody? Nobody?
I will chat.
Go ahead, Amy.
So I can't say that I'm the best specific goal setter, but I have some pretty not so general, so some pretty ideal ones in a direction that I'm going. Not always necessarily hitting them on the mark, but definitely forward progress, that I'm still definitely on the right path.
Okay.
So it's a lot of life happens, so I can't always hit them on the week or the month that I plan. So
Well, thank you for sharing. And the primary goal of this conversation tonight is those of you that aren't either being honest with us, or you're choosing not to let us know you are or are not setting goals. The truth of the matter is, if you're not setting goals, chances are you're not moving forward in your business. It doesn't have to be a quantum leap, doesn't have to be a huge mark, but you're probably right where you were when you started at the beginning of this year right now, or you're pretty close to where you started at the beginning of this year. And if Amy's okay with it, I'm going to give a shout out to her, if you're okay with that. Amy has truly, over the past 3 years, morphed and grown and developed and blossomed into something that she is so passionate about, that just came about because she chose to do the work, because she decided to take the action steps and make the intentions of doing the work. And we set goals. The purpose of setting a goal is to have a roadmap. And if any of you have been on my workshop before, when I did the workshop, we talked about the roadmap. If you don't have a roadmap for your business, you don't have any way of keeping from getting lost or from losing out. And goal setting is technically a GPS for your business. And just because you've written down goals and you've got a design in your mind and an idea and a path to get where you want to go, does not mean that you have to be on that mark. But if you don't have the path, you're not ever going to reach anything close to the idea of your business. Now, Marcy put in the chat that she does quarterly goals, and she breaks them down into monthly goals, which she breaks down into the steps that she needs to take to reach those goals. And that is really the basic, perfect plan if you're going to set goals. And that's the way it should be done. But tonight, what I want to do is I want to bring forth to you a different idea and see what you think about it, because as we stand on the cusp of a new year, it is the perfect time to reflect on the past and look forward to the future. So today I wanted to talk to you about a powerful concept that can transform the way you approach your online business for 2024 by setting clear goals. And setting clear and well-defined goals is like setting the destination on a GPS for your business journey. It does provide you with direction, motivation, and a sense of purpose, which you lose that if you just get up every day and just do business. You just lose that purpose, that mark, that roadmap. So we're going to explore the benefits of setting clear goals and what they might be for you for your online business. So the first idea I want to bring about is clarity and focus. So how many of you feel that you have intentional clarity and focus in your business? You don't have to unmute if you don't want. You can just raise your hand if you want to and let us know that, yes, I do have a significant focus for my business. Marcy says I do. You can put it in the chat. So one of the most significant benefits of setting clear goals is the clarity and focus that it provides, because it is very easy to get lost in the hustle and the bustle of daily operations, family life, especially for those of you that work a job and work for somebody else. You've got those tasks that you have to do. You've got the goals that your business owner has set for you on your day job. And sometimes because of that, we just kind of put our business aside and don't follow through with doing the proper processes of setting goals for our business. And it's not that it's not important to us. It's just that, life does tend to interrupt our flow. But if you can just stop and take the time to do the work at least once a year to get something laid out so that you have that roadmap to get you started, and then make an attempt to at least monthly go in and refresh it and update it, I think you'll find that you'll see your destination getting clearer in your mind, and your concentrated efforts of doing the business is going to be easier. It'll flow much better. Now, the second thing that we want to focus on is motivation and commitment. We can lay out all kinds of goals, but if we don't have the motivation to stick to them and do the work that needs to be done, we're just spinning our wheels. And therefore, to be sure to set specific goals, it helps create that vision of what you want your success to look like. But more importantly, it also tells you what your success looks like, because you've got it written down, especially if you're keeping up and tracking your momentum, your movements forward. And the vision can be incredibly motivating because it sparks the fire within you, and it encourages you to work harder. It encourages you to overcome obstacles, and it encourages you to stay committed to achieving your goal. Amanda says, I do know I want to revamp my business, try new things to have a better year next year. That's awesome, Amanda. I hope that you are doing some journaling, or at least, I've talked before in some of my trainings about, do you have a goal journal? If you've got just one book where you just put down goals, you just sit there one day, oh, I'm thinking I'd like to do this, and you just write. It doesn't have to be an intentional thing. It's just thoughts. You're putting your thoughts down on paper. And then when you go back and you want to, like Amanda's talking about, she wants to revise what she's doing and revamp her business, by having those thoughts down on paper will help her to develop that creativity and discover what it is that she really, really is excited about and where she wants to go with her business. And Sandra's in the mastermind, and she knows that we have been working on values and standards for the last month or so. And if we don't know what we value, how can we set a step or a standard to make what we want happen? So it's very important that we connect with our values. And one of the ways we can do that is by journaling. If we don't really know who we are, what we're about, what we desire, how can we get there? And then the third thing that you want to consider when you're working with making that decision of creating a plan for the year is make sure that you have a measurable progress. And again, that's like I say, if you're going to write out your business plan, you're going to write out your goals, you have to go back and review them. Like Marcy says, every week or every month, you go back, you review what your goals were the month before, you've recorded and tracked your progress, and you can see where you were falling short or where you went over the mark. And then you can challenge yourself to do something different, or maybe have a thought about a different marketing strategy or something. Take a look at and do some research of what people are doing around you that are being successful that you might want to try. And as you do that and you do the measurements, then you'll know the progress that you're making or not making, and you'll know where to adjust your progress and your steps to moving forward. And then the fourth thing is accountability. So setting goals will bring in an element of accountability. It's kind of like that magic wand. You've written it down, you know it's there, you know you did it, and you can go back to it and look down and say, okay, you made this commitment to your business as a business owner. So you have to hold yourself accountable. And I think sometimes that helps us to hold ourselves accountable, because for me anyway, when I make a commitment on paper to myself, I'm committing to you. And when I make a commitment to other people, I always follow through. I don't not do it. So when I find that if I write it down, I'm making that commitment to a certain person, even though it's me, I am more likely to follow through with it. And then if you do have an accountability group, maybe you have an upline that you're accountable with. Maybe you have a team that you're developing, and you get together and you publicly hold yourselves accountable. Each person in that team is checking in on each person and checking in on their sales for the quarter or the month and finding out what went wrong. Not with the premise of pointing fingers at people, but with the premise of encouraging them and letting them know and celebrating any action steps that are taken should be celebrated. It should not say, well, if you've met your goal, we're going to celebrate you. No, if you've moved forward, we're going to celebrate you. Even if you just took an action step, it needs to be celebrated as well. And then the fifth thing is efficiency and time management. So clear goals can significantly improve your efficiency and time management. And I don't know, maybe Amy could maybe attest to that, because she's always recording things. And I believe it really, truly helps with managing our time and making sure that we're getting done what needs to be done, because we recorded it. We know what we expect of ourselves, and therefore we're more apt to get it done in the time frame that we have to do our work. But with well-defined targets in mind, you can prioritize your tasks and allocate your time and resources more efficiently. Marcy might be able to speak to that, because she is our, she's the person that is the organizer. And I know she knows that making sure that you keep yourself well organized, you're going to use your resources more effectively, and you're going to manage your time more productively. So you can avoid the distractions, and you can focus on activities that directly contribute to the goals that you're desiring or that you have set. And then the sixth thing is adaptability and learning. goals are never set in stone, and we should never ever go into a planning period with the idea that, okay, I have to pick that perfect goal. I have to lay out that perfect goal that's going to create what I want to create by the end of this period of time. No, we need to just get something down, because you're going to have to adjust as you go along. Things change, the economy changes, the way people buy change, products change. So things are always going to be moving in the environment of business. And the process of setting and pursuing goals forces us to learn, it forces us to adapt, and it forces us to evolve, especially those of us who tend to say to ourselves that we don't like change, we fight change. Well, I've got a bit of bad news for you. If you don't like change, then you shouldn't be in business, because business is never ever going to be exactly the way we thought it should be or want it to be. There's always going to be ups and downs. And acceptability and learning also encourages a growth mindset and fosters continuous improvement. And if any of you have caught any of the trainings I've done in the Facebook group, we have been talking about that it's very important that we have a growth mindset over a direct mindset. Because if you're feeling like you've got to have this mindset, it's got to be this way and it can't be anything different, you're just holding yourself back. And then the seventh item is risk management. Now, risk management has come up lately in some of the masterminds that I'm involved in. And many people have various ideas about risk management. So setting goals will also help you with your risk management. Now, what is risk management? Does anyone have any thoughts on what they think risk management might be? And you can unmute yourself if you want, or just put it in the chat. And I see Marie came in. Hi, Marie. Good to have you here. Happy to have you. I know RC says using the right planner or journal is one of the best ways to stay on track. Yeah. And again, you just test it. You try things out. Some people are just a blank notebook is all that you need. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Other people like more structure. And with some of the things that Marcy offers, and if that's what you need is a specific form, because it helps eliminate the amount of time it takes for you to record things, whatever you need and whatever you do will work. So anybody want to share with what they think risk management might be? I know Sandra's not muted and Marie's not muted. So did you want to give us your...
I'll make it.
Who is that?
Risk management, as I understand it, is recognizing what threats there are to whatever it is you're looking to accomplish.
Okay.
It is understanding the let's see, I'm thinking about a SWOT SWOT analysis, and what I learned about that. I know it's definitely your strengths. You're definitely analyzing your weakness. You're looking at your outcomes, and you're seeing what to the extent that you can predict what the outcomes might be, and where you have a vulnerability, and where you have a vulnerability, then you create action plans to mitigate against that vulnerability, or to minimize it, or to eliminate it entirely, but something to do to protect the impact of that vulnerable situation on the goal that you're trying to achieve.
Okay. That's very good. Very helpful. Anybody else have any thoughts on what risk management means to them? Well, risk management, when you're setting goals, it can also help with risk management. So setting a goal can help manage your risk, and sometimes risk management is looked at as, what are you feeling comfortable that you can afford to invest, and the risk that you're willing to take in that investment. It can be identifying potential challenges and roadblocks, like Sandra said, that might hinder your progress towards your goals. And then, do you have a plan on what to do when something gets in the way, when there is a roadblock? You can be better prepared to deal with those issues if you're aware. And then having a contingency plan in place can save you time and resources when unexpected obstacles pop up in your way. So, what might be some of the goals for your sales business in 2024? Does anybody have any thoughts on what kind of goals they would be interested in recording and laying out and planning out? You can drop it in the chat if you want. You can unmute yourself and let us know if there's something that you feel needs to be in your goal plan. I think we all know one easy one: sales revenue, right? Anybody else? Customers, prospects? Nobody? Come on, guys, this is this is for you guys. When you're setting goals, what kinds of things do you want to consider? Events, Amy says. Okay. Hi, Riley. Good to see ya. Well, the things that you want to make sure that you're working into your goal setting plan is sales revenue goals, customer acquisition goals, product launch goals, team development goals, marketing and promotional goals, operational efficiency goals, and customer service. Yes, Amanda. And Marcy says vendor events, parties, follow-up consumption, and more. Okay. Think a little deeper. Okay. Well, how many of you are familiar with SMART goals? You can just raise your hand if you want. Yeah, I think we all know what that means, right? The time you have to put into it, Marcy says. Yep, exactly. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and trackable. And Marcy says SMART goals are the best. How many of you struggle with SMART goals for you? How many of you, they kind of like, I get an icky feeling when I think about SMART goals. I've tried to do SMART goals before and I just don't get it. Or, man, I spent 2 days trying to set my goals one year using the SMART goal plan, and I never followed up with it, never came back to it. It just doesn't resonate with me. And I think sometimes people have that kind of an emotional connection to setting SMART goals. So what I want to present to you tonight is the idea of a better way, not necessarily a better way, but an easier way of understanding goal setting. And it's called CLEAR framework. CLEAR. The CLEAR framework is less rigid than the SMART goal framework, and it will help you to set effective goals. So I'm just going to go through the acronym CLEAR, and maybe you will see that, now I'm inspired. Yes, I want to start setting my goals and get ready for 2024. I want to go back and review 2023 and see just exactly where I ended up so that I can start 2024 off on the right foot. So the word C, the letter C in the word clear, represents clear and concise. So you want to make sure that you have clear and easy to understand goals. You want them to be simple, straightforward in language that describe the goal that you're setting. And you want to have clarity on that goal. You want to know just exactly what needs to be achieved. Now, we can sit there and say, I want to make $10,000 in sales every month. Okay, that's pretty clear. That's pretty concise. Now, is it easy to achieve in your business? Okay, if it's not, then what would be an easier goal to achieve? You can go back as entrepreneurs that have been doing business for a while and look again at your past records and what was your best month for the year? What was your best month for the year before? And maybe pick that as my best month was this amount. That's what I want to set my monthly goal at for the year 2024. Now, we're not saying that that's the only amount of sales that you can do, but you've got a base that you're starting with. It's clear. You know you've achieved it before, so you know you can do it. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you go, okay, I've always sold at least averaging $500 a month. So I want to bring that up to $1,000 a month for 2024. That's not an unreasonable goal. That is clear and concise. And then the letter L is limited in number. So we're going to be limiting the number of goals that you set, because fewer well-defined goals will be more manageable and achievable and make you feel better about working your business. Because setting too many goals is overwhelming and can lead into spreading yourself too thin. And then you get frustrated, and then you don't feel good about yourself. Then you start having all the noise in the head about you're not good enough, you can't do this, you need to just give it up. So you want to make sure you protect yourself from those thoughts. And even if you have to adjust your budget throughout the year to keep you moving forward, because you didn't reach that goal that you set for that month, maybe you were off $300 from that month's goal. Well, then bring the next month's goal down a couple hundred from what you were originally trying to reach so that you can meet it. And then challenge yourself. If you, whatever you reach in that month, you're going to increase it by $100 the next month. And then whatever you reach that month, you're going to increase it by another $100 the next month, so that you get yourself mentally ready for doing business and being successful, to set yourself up emotionally so that you don't feel like you're a failure. And that's the letter E, emotionally engaging. So consider the emotional connection you might have with those goals. How do your goals align with your passions and values? And again, if you want to know more about values, I highly recommend you join us in our mastermind and start doing that work, because it will absolutely change the way you feel and think about yourself and your business. And you're not sure what your passion or values are, our mastermind membership meets every week for 4 weeks every month. And that's what we've been working on, is values and standards. And then emotionally engaging goals will be more motivating, and you will be more likely to pursue them with enthusiasm. And then the letter A means adaptable and relevant. So it's very important to set goals that are relevant to your current life situation and aspirations. So you have to be honest with yourself and not get, like crazy about, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to make this, a really, really good goal and blah, blah, blah. But your life situation will not serve that goal. So don't do it, because it's got to be in alignment with your values and your standards. Goals should be adaptable, allowing room for adjustments along with your circumstances, because your circumstances will change as you grow yourself, as your business grows. And business ownership is a lifelong journey of growth. So why not embrace it? If you really are in love with what you do, you will want to embrace it. Amanda says, been there with those thoughts. Luckily, we have these meetings, but that always seems to spark a little ingenuity and fire to kickstart a business. In changing times, you have to be adaptable. If something isn't working, you try something else. That's right. That's correct. But Amanda, you also have the Elevate Prospect to Prosper Facebook group that you can jump into, listen to one of those videos, drop a message. It takes 5 minutes. Some of those videos are only 8 or 9 minutes long, and get the encouragement that you need when you're feeling that you're struggling and you don't have a group that you can actually meet with, because we're there to help and serve. And then the letter A, adaptable, and we went through that one already. The last letter for the clear goal setting framework is rewarding, the letter R. It is important that you identify the potential rewards of benefits for you to be achieving your goals. Knowing the rewards will serve as a source of motivation and a reminder of why the goal is important. Maybe even write your annual plan with specific rewards you desire to achieve. It could be you're going to reward your family with a annual trip, or you're going to send the children to band camp, or you're going to allow them to have swimming lessons, or maybe you want to purchase a home or a car. Maybe there's an improvement project that you have going on that you want to be able to fund. But if you have something to look forward to, you are more apt to put into motion the activities that you need to do to grow your business and bring that income in, which was why you started your business in the first place. And if you are serious about retiring an employer, you don't want to work for somebody else anymore, then you want to build that in your goal setting plan to put yourself into that place where you're the boss, and you're no longer working for the boss. You're no longer trading hours for dollars, but now you are the one in charge. And if that is a goal and a desire that you have for your life, you don't have to sit here right now and say, yeah, that's a dream. I really would like to do that. But have you laid it out into your plan? You should have a business plan laid out that is a 1 year, 5 year, 10-year plan. And in that 10-year plan, maybe by the 10th year, that your goal is to be working for yourself. And every year, as you adjust your upcoming year's goals, maybe that time period will come faster, because once you know how to bring in X amount of money through your business, You just use those same skills and those same steps as you grow your mindset and level it up. You have to be growing your mindset as you improve your income. You cannot earn $100,000 a year in revenue with today's mindset unless you're already there. So if you're earning $50,000 a year in your business right now, you already know how to do that. So now you have to challenge yourself to bring it up to that next level, whether it be 75 or 100,000. But along with that comes new challenges. It comes new thought patterns. It becomes a different quality of clientele that you're working with. So things change as you grow in your business and as you increase your income. And some of you may have testimonies about what you have discovered through your journey of online business. I'm not sure how many years Marcy has been in the online space, working her business. I'm not sure about Amanda either. And like I say, Amy has kind of just totally did an about face and just went around and, created her own company and her own product and, just totally just blew everything out of the water. 2019, Marcy says. So that's 23, 4 years, almost 4 years. Most business owners, and I think mostly, particularly when you're talking about network marketing companies where you're selling somebody else's products, they really don't start being profitable until about 5 years. And Amanda says she's been in for 3 years. So Marcy's on the road, she's getting close to that 5th year. And I know she's growing. I know that she is not stagnated and that she has incredible ideas and processes that she puts into place. Amanda says she's been in 2 companies and she's been doing it for 3 years. And sometimes it's just the wrong company, the wrong business. And sometimes it's, I really don't know what I want to do. I really don't know what I'm in love with. I really am not sure. I don't know what my values are. I'm not really positive if my values are matching up with my standards. If what I'm actually doing is servicing my values, or if I'm fighting my values because I'm not doing what benefits my values. There's so many things at play here. And if we're not working on our mindset, we're never going to know that and we're going to stay stuck. And I discovered that this last year with me working with different mentors, different leaders, different coaches, and working on my mindset. And of course, me, I think, I don't have any fear. What's this fear thing? What's fear? Everybody talks about fear. What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid of anything, and I'd say, when I'm walking my dog at night after dark, my neighbors would say, we really worry about you out in the neighborhood at night after dark because there's not many streetlights out there. Why are you worried about me? What do you, aren't you afraid? I said, no, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. First of all, I serve a very powerful God and he takes care of me. And after someone mentions that to me, one night I was out walking my dog and I walked around the corner and I thought I heard something. I go, somebody's out here. Somebody's out here. It's like, so they put that thought of fear into my head when for years I walked my dog after dark and never ever thought twice about it and never ever had a problem with it. And so I did the series in October in the Facebook group on the number one thing that every entrepreneur struggles with is fear, the fear of failure. Every single one. Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, you name it, Eric Voorhees, you name it, Steve Harvey, you name them, they suffered from the fear of failure. And we all do. And if you sit there and say, oh, I'm not afraid of failure, you're lying to yourself. because there is something you're supposed to be doing within your company that you are not doing because you fear you won't succeed. It could be getting on that phone, doing cold calls and prospecting. But you say, oh, I don't like doing that. I hate doing that. Okay, why? I just hate doing it. Really, why? I just don't like doing it. But it boils down to you don't want to hear the no. You don't want the rejection. You fear the rejection. You fear the no. It's not the cold calling that you fear. It's the answer you're going to get on the other side. And if we don't grow our mindset to the idea of usually out of 100 calls, you might get 10 sales. So instead of looking at it as, I have to make 100 cold calls, I don't want to do this. They're going to tell me no, and change it to, I'm going to call 100 people to get 10 sales because I'm going after 10 sales. And you turn it around to the positive. Then you've got that fire going within you. You've got that encouragement. You've got that high energy that they can feel on the other end of the phone, because I guarantee you, they feel that fear when you're talking to them and you're thinking in the back of their mind, I don't want to do this. Okay, I have to do this. I got to turn in my numbers tomorrow or whatever. And if I don't do it, I'm going to lose my account or I'm going to get fired or whatever the case may be. They feel that. And you're not going to get the sale. But if you go in with the idea of, thank you for the no, because I'm one call closer to the sale, it changes your entire mindset. Marie says, fear of failing is probably my biggest fear. Well, Marie, I think you're in the Facebook group. Let me go see. I think you're in there. You might benefit from going in and catching last month's video series that I did. I was live Monday through Friday the entire month, and we were talking about the fear of failure. Let me see if you're in there. If not, I will drop the link here in the, yeah, you are. You're in the Facebook group. I used to make cold calls when I was a realtor, not my favorite job. You know, I used to sell windows and doors for a company as a part-time job when I was working a full-time job. And we would make cold calls at night, and I hated it. I didn't like it. And it's like, you know, I got a sale once in a while, but my heart wasn't in it. And then I went to work for a communications company, and I had to answer the phones. It was my job as a receptionist. I hated it. I didn't even want to answer the phone, you know, to send a call to somebody else, you know. And finally, after a while, it just got to the point where it's like, you know what, this is silly. Why am I being this way? And then I would just get on that phone and answer it and treat them like my best friend and just ask, well, how you doing today? You know, and just start a conversation and end up selling them a radio or two, you know, or whatever. So it all has to do with our choice and our mindset and the way that we choose to handle what our subconscious is trying to protect us from, because that's just the old paradigm. It's just keeping you from being successful and being who you were created to be and allowing it to interrupt your flow. But you have to work on it. Self-development should be your number one priority in your life every single day, even if it's just listening to an audio book for 30 minutes while you're driving to work or on your lunch break, or read a page in a book every day before you go to bed, or go on YouTube and listen to something that somebody's talking about where it comes into mindset or specific something that you're struggling with. And if you do have the fear of failure, again, they're very short videos. Some of them are 8-9 minutes long. I think one of them might have been 22 minutes long. And then I also give you some homework to do. So I think you'll find it very beneficial, because if the big guys, the Steve Jobs and the Steve Harveys and the Tony Robbins struggled with it, you're going to struggle with it. but you don't have to. You don't have to struggle with it. And if you know that's what's holding you back, why not do something about it? And again, you know, my mastermind membership is $25 a month. We meet 4 times a month, and you're welcome to join and come in and get served for a month if you like. And if you don't like it, you can, you know, cancel your subscription. It's not like you're stuck for a whole year or you're stuck for a lot of money, but we'd be very happy to have you in the mastermind if you're interested in joining us, where you actually get some coaching as well as, you know, whatever the group needs, whatever we're working on, you can be beneficial in helping serve as well as learn. So we'd be happy to have you. Amanda says, sorry, Marcy, not sure why the messages go to you. Should be everybody. Oh, I don't know. You must have changed. Maybe Marcy sent you a private message, Amanda. And when you respond, if you don't change it back to the everyone, it goes directly to her. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's what I used to do, Maria, is just I ended up making a game of it. Make a game of something that you fear. Make a game of what's holding you back. You know, how many of us remember the first time we pushed that go live button? Huh? How many? You remember that? You remember all that anxiety? You remember that thought, you know, man, my hair's not right. I didn't put makeup on. I need makeup. I got to buy a new outfit. Nobody's going to want to watch me on camera. Yeah. It was all a lie, right? Because people don't care. People don't care about you until they hear how much you care about them. Then they care about what you have to give them or offer them and use it to your advantage. Of course, you do have those haters that might jump in and say, you know, man, but they're going to do that anyway, regardless of whether you had your hair done or you have a fancy outfit on or not. So anybody got anything they want to share? Any aha moments, or how many of you are going to raise your hand and say, yep, I'm going to work on my goal setting process before the end of the year so I can start 2024 out on the right foot? Nobody? Amy?
I'm sorry,
Go ahead, Sandra.
I'm sorry, what did you say about starting the year on the right foot?
I said, okay, so everybody here is going to go out and make that commitment to set their goals for 2024 and review what they did in 2023. They're all on fire to do that, right?
Yes, I've been reviewing mine. I started I think last week when you started mentioning it.
Okay.
Started.
Okay, good. That's awesome. I know Marcy's, you know, like I say, Marcy's always been good about that this last year because that's what she is. She's the organizer queen, so she better be a good example for everybody, right, Marcy? And Marie says she will. You're going to check out the Facebook group, Marie, and check out the videos I did in October? I think it'll help you with fear of failure. Okay. Do you need the link? I mean, I know you're in the group. I'll drop it to you in Messenger chat, okay? Amanda, you got any ahas, inspiration of where you want to go moving forward in 2024 with your business? Any questions you want to ask anybody? Any thoughts you've had? Oh, okay, good, Marcy. That's a good idea. Yes to the goals, Amy says. Much to do before April, and I need a timeline specific at that purpose. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, Amy, for sure. Amanda? We're here to help, so we love you. Anything? Trying to turn your mic on, Amanda? There she goes. There you go.
Yeah,
Anything?
I'm on the phone now, so trying to figure out because it's a little bit different on the phone versus
Oh, I know.
computer, and to like I have to like swipe the screen so many times just to get down to like the chat.
I know. I appreciate it. I know that. Yeah, that's why I was wondering if you were just trying to unmute or whatever. Did you want to share with us? Is there anything you want to talk about, ask us, or get some inspiration from the people as far as what you're struggling with right now with your business?
Well, and I can't use it as an excuse, but sales have gone down, and a lot of my clientele doesn't have the money to purchase as much as they used to, and I've noticed that. You know, the prices of things everywhere have gone up.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of new ways to market things. Sensi's been really wonderful and has been doing all kinds of sales to help us consultants. They just did 2 rounds. Actually, we're on the 3rd round of Friday sales where they put things up to like 80% off and do different things, putting together things as bundles and stuff to help us, because they see that consultants are struggling. So they've been doing what they can to help us out, get some sales, and also help clear out their warehouses so they can bring new things in, which Sensi has been reinventing themselves and gearing things to certain different markets. So, us as business owners, we have to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. But here, let me ask you this. How often do you prospect?
I'm hungry.
Not often.
Yeah. You're never going to be successful if you're not prospecting. 80% of your time should be prospecting. Because you've got to keep that funnel full. You've got to keep the prospects in the funnel coming through. Customers come in, but customers leave as well. And if you're not refilling that funnel with prospects and talking to people and keep that momentum going, that's what happens. You end up with the same people in your group all the time, the same people buying. They all end up with the same problem, loss of income, prices rising, so on and so forth. So you have to be prospecting. You have to find.
I occasionally do, and I've tried to. I guess you would consider my upline, like director. She has suggested, if you see somebody has a birthday on Facebook, message them, wish them a happy birthday, and offer them, something from your business as a gift to them from you, which I've done a couple times. People have taken advantage of it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't always have to give something away when you're
No.
prospecting, but if you're not getting new people into your funnel, which means new friends requesting friend requests, new people wanting to connect with you. And I know that, in the past, when you were doing a lot of your videos with opening your products on your profile and doing a demonstration of a specific product and how well it works or whatever, I mean, that gives people the attention of who you are and what you do and gets them to know you and see your personality. And I know you haven't been doing that hardly at all. You do most of it in your Facebook group. But Facebook is not pushing out notifications on the Facebook groups hardly at all anymore. I mean, I've been going live every day for the whole month of October, and nobody's seeing my stuff. Very few people are responding. And it also shows up if somebody is a member of my group, it might be in their news feed, something that I did as far as the group is concerned, and they engage with that particular post, but they're not in the group. They're in my news feed. So if they were in the group, if when they clicked on that post and it took them to the Facebook group where now there's more stuff in there for them to engage with, that would be good, but that's not what's happening. They're not in the group. They're just in the post that's coming from the group. on the news feed. And I'm sure that's happening with you as well. I know I see Marcy's stuff all the time in my news feed because she's so active in her group, and whatever she's doing, I always engage with her stuff because it's always in my news feed. But your stuff from your group shows up randomly. It's not consistent for whatever reason. And I don't know why. It's just Facebook. Facebook
Yeah,
is
because I've seen posts from 6 days ago in my
exactly.
newsfeed.
I know I've seen some from 2 weeks ago. I got a notification that so and so engaged on my post, and that was like, well, that was 2 weeks ago.
5 days ago today.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not even.
Yeah. So that's why you have to be, and I don't know, there's a lot of concern as far as me, what I have with the idea that Facebook has allowed everybody to have multiple profiles. I have no idea what the purpose of that would be. And one of the leaders that I'm connected to, she says that she hasn't set up a second profile for herself. I haven't because I'm not allowed to. I don't even have the option to. And she says from what she sees, when people do that, that second profile comes up looking like a fake account.
Mm.
And it even says it's a duplicate or something. That to me is not making Facebook look like a safe platform for users. I wouldn't want to click on a content on something that said it's a duplicate and looks like a fake account, you know? So, but, and I think you have a business page. I know you used to have a business page. So I'm not sure if you still have one or not.
I do.
Yeah. And the great thing about that is you can schedule your posts on your business page to auto post so you don't have to worry about creating content every day. And then you can take that content and share it to your profile once in a while so people know what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, and I know you work full-time job, you don't have a lot of spare time to be building a business on Facebook. And it takes a lot of time to build organically on Facebook and consistency every single day, unless you're doing reels. Now, if you start doing reels, I don't know, do you have the professional profile?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the creator profile.
Mhm.
So see, if you're doing reels, you can earn money from reels that go viral. You know that, right?
I thought it was just the post because it says that it wasn't on your lives or any reels or anything like that.
Wasn't what?
The
No,
live.
no, they're making money off the reels.
I can say I have gotten money from some of my reels that I've reached, but the ones that I earn the money from are my own sounds. I can't use music and stuff like that. It's got to be your own creation.
Original content. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. You know, but reels, I know that goes out in public feed and it's always out there and it gets moved around and it comes back, you know. So the only problem with Scentsy is if they've got product that's seasonal, but if you do generic product that is always available, other than, you know, there's always warmers available, you know, there's always night lights available, just not necessarily a specific design. You know, you're not targeting like Halloween product you wouldn't want to do out now because Halloween's gone. And Thanksgiving product as a reel, you could do it, but if it comes back around 6 months from now, it's, you know, not even available. That's the only problem with that. But the product, like the bars, are always available. They just have to pick a scent. You
Yeah,
know.
or add some text to the ones that are seasonal with the
Mhm.
dates. Add the
Yeah.
text so it plays in there.
So then when that reel comes back around, and even if somebody engages with it and it's
Yeah,
not
they can
available,
still see that it was.
tagged for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Marie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you being able to come tonight. You're the best. So, I mean, there is no easy way to make money online, especially if you're working a full-time job. It takes time, and you have to be able to dedicate that time and have the support from other sources as well as you're trying to build that business. Unless you can partner up with somebody else that you guys can network with, you know, figure out a way. I know Marcy's probably good at that. I don't know if you've talked to her about stuff like that or not.
We have, and she's actually started something within her group, Million Planners.
Yeah, I saw that.
She is allowing others to post in the group, one being myself. You know, I have one specific day where I get to post, you know, my things, and just, you know, it's the same for others as well. They get one day of live videos, posts, whatever, just for one day in the group, which is nice that she's offered to do that.
Yeah. So did you take her up on it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 So I guess the question is, if you're serious and intentional and really want it to happen, you'll figure out how to do it and how to get it done. Because we end up holding ourselves back. We really do. And sometimes we aren't even aware that that's what we're doing. But you have to be filling that funnel with new people. And the only way to do that is to prospect. And if it's just finding somebody that you resonate with and you engage on their content on their personal profile and do some inspiring responses to some of the content on their profile, so they see you're there, they come back and say, oh, hey, yeah, I want to connect with her, and they send you a friend request, then you can start that messenger chat conversation, getting to know more about them. Because technically the product that you got, everybody can use it. They just need to know that it's there and be inspired to choose to use it if they don't already use it. Really, it's not like it's a health and wellness product that's only for people that need more protein or need whatever. Everybody can use your product. Number one, gifts. Number two, in their house, you know. So you've really got a good product. Just need to get somebody encouraging you to market it. And, you know, if you've got a team or whatever, you know, one of the things that you can do is get them to engage with your content in your group on your profile, and you engage with their content to keep it moving through the algorithm. You know, Facebook doesn't know that you're not trying to buy something from that person or sell something from that person. You just have to be really careful that you don't do it too fast, that you don't have too many of the same people doing the same thing at the same time. So I don't know if you've got people in your team that would be willing to work with each other on Facebook and engage. What do you think about that?
I don't even know my other team members.
Okay.
Honestly, I know my upline, and that is pretty much it. And she has not really reached out to me. She's a director in the company, so she
Okay.
has some people on her team that she can't
Then we won't do this.
dedicate time to just one person.
She doesn't have a group though that she's got put together that they meet together and they work with each other together. Like
Well, we have it's a team page, but it's not just our team, it's everybody within the region.
yeah, but I'm talking about you get on a Zoom meeting with these people like once a month or once a week.
What is that?
Wow. That's too bad. Well, maybe that would be something that you could offer to the director and say, hey, I'd like to know if you could match me up with some women, and I'm willing to set up a Zoom room and we can come together and meet on a week basis and brainstorm and figure out ways that we can grow our businesses together on Facebook. Providing you've got people that aren't cutthroat and just want to steal your customers. You know,
Violin.
worth a thought. But
I can totally relate, Amanda. I was part of a couple of groups though that, like you say, the Facebook group is dozens of teams that get thrown in. It's not just your team, and then the disconnection that happens, and I trail out of my own little path for a little while of that, and then being health and wellness. I mean, I fell off that because that's a tough one.
mhm.
People.
Totally understand the disconnect.
Mhm.
And then when I lost, I had 2 uplines. Then they, for whatever reason, didn't meet their quotas, fell out of the company, and then there's this big I was just left out in the middle of nowhere and kind of didn't know what to do, who to turn
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's where you have to get creative and create your own way of connecting with people in your company. And like I was, trying to tell everybody, you guys, the direct sales industry, have email capability. You've got your company already capturing your customers' emails. Why aren't you capturing it? Why aren't you sending them out personal, private emails on a weekly or a monthly basis? Why are you allowing just the company to do it? Best way to keep your customers happy is you stay connected with them. You can set up a Google Gmail account and do that. And because you already have their emails, they've given the company the email, you can connect with them, because I would get emails, saying, thank you for your order. Your picture's on there. I already know I'm getting an email from you. I don't pay attention to what the address is coming from, but I know it's coming on your behalf. You guys should be doing that. So I was trying to get you guys to know. It's something I was trying to teach. Marcia
And I
said,
did my own little group of trailing out as long as I stayed within the company's, verbiage and regulations that way. I just kind of trailed out on my own and
yes.
did that for a little while also.
so. Marcy said she'll be glad to be
Time
an
of year
accountability partner. So
It's a good time of year for Amanda's products. This time of year is
yeah,
off
Christmas.
parties and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, little your own favorite little bundles or something of office gifts and stuff like that. Lots of ideas to push out there.
Mm.
Insects.
Okay.
H is for
Else, Amanda?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to be looking for you. See some action going. Okay.
Adam.
Okay. Let's see some reels.
It's for flower.
You know how to do those, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you still do the posts with the bunny in the location?
No. And I get off the track, life happens. But that's one of the things I've been, I got to get back to doing these things because, it's a fun little, see where the bunny, and actually she has another one now, Rosalina. So she has Bailey and Rosalina. So you can see where all 3 of them go on their adventures.
You can be just like Disney, even sitting in your background, have one of your little bunnies or one of your little characters like always in your background, even if you're not talking about it.
Mhm.
So it's just a constant little something that connects one video to the next to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Start as a real series of the life of the bunny and make sure you got Scentsy products in it. Got the bunny with its arm wrapped around a Scentsy product or whatever. So, and
Yeah.
um,
Amen. Back.
and it doesn't take but a couple minutes to create a reel. Spend an hour one day, say, okay, today I'm doing my reels, and record your reels on your phone, and then during the week start sending them out. If you're serious and that's what you want to do, you know, if you want to really get out of your business what you want to put into it. So it's up to you. Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And check out the Facebook group. Go see some of the videos that are in there, and hopefully you'll find some benefits from one or two of them. Hi, Riley. Good to see you, girlfriend. I love you, girl. You're such a sweet child.
Is her
Love
hair
your new
really long?
puppy, too.
Hang on. I want to, before we hang up, I don't know if everybody got to see me. We got a new puppy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
puppy. That's not a puppy anymore. He's gotten big.
Well, she is 4 months old.
I know. She's gotten big.
Mm-hmm. She is going to be between 80 and 90 pounds because her mom and dad were both 80 to 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta be at the end. She's got 6 months to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, lovelies. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I love you. We'll see you next month.
But shuffle them again. I'm not ready yet. I said give me a minute.
Bye.
But
Bye.
Bye-bye.